And a very welcome, Aries, to your July 2023 Astrology and Tarot report. It is good and it is pleasant that we are here. I have a multitude of decks pulled out, and I'm just going to go with my intuition and see where it leads me. For more in-depth readings, I do admonish you to go to my website, theaquarian.tv, and book a birth chart reading where we get into it. Now, before I started, I felt a lot of energy, a lot of fire, borderline frantic. And I wanted to light this video on fire until I was reminded to bring in my more maternal, loving, compassionate, empathetic, nurturing vibe. We have the Page of Pentacles upside down. To clarify, we have the Ten of Pentacles upside down. Good cards, all in all. It's asking us to think about practical manifestation, envision what we want, feel into it, and that will feed the tree house you're trying to build. When we do the self-mothering that Cancer season asks us to do, to prepare us to go into Leo season, where then you'll have the opportunity for this new childlike heart to shine forth. Now it is active contemplation, not to be still and do nothing, but to take our steps cautiously, practically, strategically towards building our material wealth, stability, health even. It's asking us to slow down, but not stop. It's asking us to dream practically. We have this beautiful sextile of Saturn in Pisces, in your land of dreams, going to your second house of physical wealth, Jupiter, with Uranus there as well. This is, you could bring in a big project, and it will be successful if it's not just part of the old system, but bringing forth new ways of doing the physical world. And that will pay off. You'll be able to, but it still needs organization and structure for it to manifest. I also get the message of not being afraid to ask for help. Right now we have a lot of energy still in the first part of your chart, which is kind of working on yourself stuff. But we have to be able to work on ourselves together with others. Aries is kind of a go at it by themselves. And then they can have no one but themselves. And you know what? That's kind of your call to be kind of just a leader. And sometimes it's hard to get the sheep going. Or there's so many rams ramming out in different directions. But if we're able to get a bunch of rams and get them some direction, some structure, some organization, some practicality, then we could bring that fire into earth. When we go into Leo season, that's a trine. That's your fellow fire sign. So I feel like right now is watering the fields with what? Emotional reflection. What is making me comfortable? What's making me uncomfortable? Our physical realm is often a reflection of our soul, emotional realm, mental realm. We could have a new feeling about our connectedness with our soul's mission, perhaps even what has been in past lives. We could be thinking about how we were mothered and how we mother. Let us be the mother to ourselves that perhaps we don't have. We have in your place of romance the very sign of romance, Venus, where she'll stop at the 29th degree, like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I think. Go retrograde. And then forward again. So it's going to spend a lot of time. You'll have a lot of love in your world of romance. But there's going to be, as Venus pulls back, right now it's in its shadow phase. So love is being re-evaluated. It could be reignited. It could be all the re's. We have Mars, lots of energy to bring forth new creative projects. Expect them to maybe be challenged financially when Venus goes in retrograde. You know, this is coming to me. We have a dream, a project, and we want to bring it into reality, the physical reality. It might exist in reality in your head, and the more that it does, and the more we feel into it, that more now we're cooking with the elements and we bring something into the physical realm. But it starts in the invisible realm, which is very real. Our mind and our emotions. If we can control them, I know that's an Aries, to get centered in the middle of your system. Create a system. Learn the system you're in. Astrology, which is a mapping of the psyche. Reflecting on what are we valuing? Is it heart-centered? Perhaps we'll find courage when we go into that place of love where fear is banished. For where there is light, darkness shall not prevail. And you are the light of this world. You are this fire. Hopefully not a liar, pants on fire. But you are that fresh, raw spark of life that can act before they think, talk before they think. And some of that is possible right now. To have your the cart ahead of the horses. I forget how that saying goes, but so we want to get aligned. And what we're almost doing, we're preparing this month, Aries, is you're about to have the North Node switch over from your second house, which is a focus on finances for the past 1.8 years, and your values and your physical possessions and new ways of doing it, new advances, revolutionary unforeseen things happening to finances, but ultimately to spark us into progression. Uranus comes through as that bowling ball. You don't know where the pins are going to land after they get toppled, but they land in a way that's conducive towards progress. Uranus rules Aquarius, progress. Uranus is the king of the heavens, of the Uraeus. When we bring up that red Martian energy that rules Aries, it starts in the head. We get red in the face. We want to go head first. But when the Aries is able to transmute that raw fire, hone it, control it, raise it from the root up to the crown. And there we have the red plume feather on the warrior knight king's helmet crown. The crown, worthy as the lamb to open up the seventh seal of the crown chakra of the seventh heaven. Chronos, together with the corona of the sun who is exalted in Aries, the sun who is our God, the sun, Sol Invictus. Alexander the Great had a ram on his armor. Aries, the god of war. You're called to be a warrior in this lifetime. And if you're not stepping up courageously, fearlessly, in love from the heart as that warrior in this world, we will have things to make us step up to fulfill that duty that you have as Aries, the god of war. It would be nice if we didn't need a god of war in this here earth. What we want to do is transmute that violent energy. And instead of acting out violently, exploding, we take that. It might be in our head, it might be in our heart, it might be in our stomach. We take that energy and we bring it down into the middle of Mother Gaia, who transmutes it, that darkness, into beautiful, rich soil. Getting grounded is important. Jupiter was going to be in your second house of finances, expanding your finances. North Node towards karmic. Uranus, revolutionary. Taurus, ways of sustaining, fulfilling the essentials in your life. Sometimes Taurus teaches us to get back to basics. Keep it simple, stupid. But it's like simply revolutionary. This is like the mind of God, Uranus, is... Oh, Kitty want to say something. Chill out, Kitty. Oh, don't even start with me. We're getting ready for Leo season. Get ready. Get ready to get your cat on. But when we have our karmic arrow, the North Node in your second house, together with Jupiter and Uranus, this is a great big practical vision to bring into manifestation. And it's in a beautiful harmony with your dream world, bringing our dreams into reality, bringing that which is unconscious or subconscious to the light in a pleasing manner, but with a little bit of work and attention. It's not a trine. A trine is a gift you get for doing nothing. Jupiter rules the trine, the number 3, and the 12 signs of the zodiac, 1, 2, 3. Well, this is actually a good time for Tauruses for the past 1.8 years. It's your Aries, but your second house, so your finances, Taurian stuff. But then it's going to move into your first house this month, which is when the North Node's on your first house. It's really a call to step up into your calling. Right now, I feel like we're building up the embers. We're starting to breathe air onto the fire, which is bringing our mental acuity to the harnessing of this flame of life that we have. Our passions, our desires, are they directed in the right place that will bring about what we hope to experience physically in this life? Don't just dream about it. Dream harder into it. Make that dream, and then that dream will come into reality. When you feel into it, when you envision it, every detail. Visit it in your dream realm, and then you serve as a bridge, as a channel, as a conduit to bring heaven to earth, which is what Uranus, the king of the heavens, is in Taurus is. And when heaven comes to earth, that disrupts Uranus, Taurus, for our progress. And as the warrior that you are a sign that leads in that. On the front line, bring us into the Aquarian age, which is funny because you're the child of the zodiac and the father, Abba, Abraham, the Ram of Ramadan, the Don, the king, the good shepherd. That you go through being perhaps a black sheep, Aries often, a rebel, a sacrificial lamb, people hanging out to dry. But then you go through from being that lamb, that rambunctious ram, to being Ra, the hero, Heru, Horus, to becoming the good shepherd. Once you've balanced out your electromagnetic field, in which you're very electric, so you need to get magnetic, but it's getting in touch with the mom, Cancer season, mothering yourself, which is getting in touch with the material realm, asking you to bring your flame, your sacred spark of life, out of the dream world into reality. And when the North Node goes to your first house, after 1.8 months, 1.8 years, 1 year and 8 months, yes, you will perhaps be totally brand new to people. They won't even, your whole appearance will be new. As you ascend into your ascendant, as you transform into your solar body. When we read your sun sign, we're talking about your relationship with your spirit, soul body, your solar body. So your sun sign is going to be more spiritual when we talk. When we do about your ascendant, that is more practical. Your ascendant is your life. say you have a Capricorn ascendant. Your ascendant, or let's do Aries. Let's say you have an Aries ascendant. Your life will be that of an Aries. Now, say you're a Taurus sun. You will be doing it as a Taurus sun. And say you have a Gemini moon. You will be transmuting the Gemini energy from suffering into strength. Your moon is your karmic baggage. It's how our emotions can be the downfall of us, but also our power. People think that the moon is a cage that keeps us in here. In some ways it is. When we get lost in the emotional realm, we're stuck in the lunar realm. We're trying to control those waters of emotions, of our motor mechanical, primal, instinctual self. And then we go to Mercury with our mind. And then we go above our mind to Venus, our heart. More powerful than our mind. It has consciousness. We have a mind. That's our emotional mind. And then we even go out of that. Venus, together with Mercury and the moon, bring us to God, the sun. Illumination, life-giving, sun. Then to Mars, your very ruling planet, which is our willpower, strength, life force, red, the essential thing to make man. It means red. Adam means blood and iron. What we want to do, we want to transmutate our iron in our blood into gold. We'll live a bunch longer, I swear to God. No, the ancient Sumerians used to have gold. The story is that they created humans from their own DNA, mixed it with the animals that were around here, to create their own slave race, to mine gold for them. Yeah, Kitty, could you believe it? And then I think they left them after a while. They were like hard to control. I think that's the ancient Sumerian myth of creation, and it makes more sense that makes so much sense. That's why we have a collective daddy missing issue. We don't know what the fuck's going on here, how we got here. We were just like a science project that was abandoned. Ah! And look how beautiful. How great thou art. When the North Node goes into Aries this month, it's going to be doing you time. That could be strengthening, and that could be challenging to face the reality of what we are. And that could be the source of some sadness and suffering. Chiron, Aries, who's turning retrograde this month as well. So there's the healing, the addressing of the wound, and then that wound being a source of strength for not just yourself, but inspiration for others and healing for others. New modalities of healing, futuristic ways of thinking about yourself. When the North Node goes to your 12th house, it's going to be working on your I am presence. Wake up in the morning and go, rah! We're opening up some heart space right now, and we're doing it through getting grounded into earth, reflecting on our emotions, what makes us feel comfortable, what's not. Switching up our landscape, our environment to reflect our dream, our desires. reflecting on our desires and our passions. Is that our life force energy being directed into the way that will build my kingdom of heaven on earth? That, my friends, will do it for the Aries reading. You know, I could go on and on with. I've only picked just 3 cards. I'm sorry, 2 cards. Whenever I see the 7 of Swords with the moon in Aquarius, it's, I'm going to say, missing opportunities for heart, ignoring things because we don't want to feel because it's uncomfortable. I know, I know. But we're missing opportunities for soul growth. The soul is very attached to water and emotions. Spirit more to fire. So your spirit, you got spirit. Yes, you do. You got spirit. But water and emotions, do you have you? When you mix that fire together with that water, it creates this brilliant lava. Your love is hot like lava, my dear Aries. Now we just have to build an island with it. That means cooling it down a little bit with some motherly caressing of your own 8-pound, 6-ounce baby Jesus soul. Also, get out of the headspace so much, the air and the fire. We're looking for the water and the earth right now to be a beautiful mantle for your fireplace. That is the fire of life, which you embody. May July be filled with warmth, maternal cradling, inspiration, a childlike heart, Leo. A new feeling of romance with life. Let us go. Farewell.